Hey guys, Civilord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Nemesis Build-A-Figure Wave Husk. That said, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, who will remain fine folks for this review because while my expectations weren't so high for good old Husk here, because truth be told, I actually picked her up for friend of the channel, Evil Villain, just like the Extreme Wolverine we took a look at a couple days ago, because we're working on a little bit of trade, for those of you not know. I have to tell you, this may be the sleeper hit figure of this wave, and of the two female figures of this wave, I think the stronger of the two. But before I get into all of that, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Husk has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with, of course, some alternate hands. She's got a fist and a grabby hand for her left side. Fist is, of course, for her right side. And then she also comes with an alternate head that's a little less effed up, because the one she has on her has a chunk of flesh ripped off. And yes, she does come with a chunk of flesh. That's pretty metal, Hasbro. I'm going to have to give it to you on that one. I never thought in my almost 28 years of existence, actually pretty darn close to 28 years of existence, that I would get a chunk of torn off flesh with a figure that says 4+ on the packaging. Good on you, man. Because that is Husk's power. She can peel her flesh away and reveal this kind of metal robotic skin underneath. Almost like a reverse Colossus in a way. That said, this character is, I believe, Cannonball from X-Force fame's sister. So if you have him, you could stick her with him. Or you could stick her with Monet Saint Croix and Chamber, because that's the team she's actually a part of. Not sure if that Maggot character is part of that team, but she definitely is. And for the most part, this figure's pretty solid, man. I gotta admit it. But as far as articulation on her goes, her head will look side to side. She does have a disc hinge. That is very kind of limited, but it does work. Her shoulders will pop out to the side about that far. No beautiful butterfly, but she will rotate back and forth. She's got pauldrons that are keyed into the shoulder socket. Well, not keyed, they're pegged into the shoulder socket, so you're able to get the range out of that. Her bicep twist does not feel like I need to put soap on it, and she is literally the only figure in the wave that felt like that. Even the Wolverine we looked at kind of felt like that. I guess this one's a little tight, but it's nothing crazy, I guess. She's got a double elbow that works fine. She does have a hinge swivel wrist. Diaphragm joint that works okay. So some rotation side to side. Hips will kick forward, out, thigh cut, not too gummy there. Double jointed pinless knee, and a hinge in the foot with a rocker joint and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. But due to her big old clunky boots there, she seems pretty stable. But yeah, a decent figure, I have to admit. I'm not sure where she'd fall ranking-wise, but I literally have nothing bad to say about this figure. Even the chesticles and her badonkadonk seem appropriately sized. So, yeah, look at that. Hasbro doing a good job for once. Yeah, that's more than I can say about that Maximum Spider-Man. But either way, we already talked about that fool on this channel. You saw it the other day. It's what it is. But with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's good old Husk alongside a couple other figures from this Nemesis Build-A-Figure wave. We have X-Factor Cyclops, who I know is on top of everyone's wish list, right? I'm kidding, of course. And then we also have Marrow, who was actually on top of my wish list, especially for Marvel vs. Capcom, but I'm going to just say this is hashtag not my Marrow, and compared to Husk, the lesser female figure of the wave, which is ironic considering the fact that I'm not even keeping good old Husk here. So, yeah, we'll get into that when we actually talk about this big fat disappointment. But bringing in our 2 regulars. Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith, right here. As well as the infamous Living Spawn, who as usual powers over everyone, because he's not a 6-inch scale figure. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, despite the fact that I had absolutely 110% no interest in holding on to good old Husk here, because much like the Extreme Wolverine we looked at a couple of days ago, I will be sending her off to a good buddy of mine, Evil Villain, for a little trade we've been working on. Gotta be honest with you guys in saying that this may be the sleeper hit figure from this wave. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, and what's here is not half bad, but just not for me. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.